25-117, but Alex Sarr did not play in that game. And so the shot blocker out of France will be there. So Bub Carrington, Trey Johnson out of Texas, Palau Coulibaly, Leaky Black, 5-year player out of North Carolina, and Alex Sarr. Coulibaly and Sarr, both Frenchmen. So beginning the scoring, it is Bub Carrington.
Yeah, he plays a lot, and he's got that mid-range game. He's got that pull-up game. Warriors, they know they can go to Porzingis. Obviously, Guy Santos has been playing extremely well. You just want to execute.
So Porzingis opens with the three, and is Sarr going to come out to the three-point line to deal with it?
Well, that's the main thing. I mean, we just talked about his rim protection and his shot blocking. They're fourth when it comes to shot blocking, with 28th in opponent points in the paint. So you want to test him. Don't be afraid to take it inside. You just got to know where he is and do everything you can to get him away from the basket.
This time Porzingis, they feed it to Draymond with the shot clock at 8. Porzingis rolling, it's not easy. They keep attacking inside.
It's just that split action, and instead of Porzingis flaring out to the three-point line, go ahead and cut off of there. Two defenders stay with Podziemski outside. You can cut to the basket.
Podziemski played good defense. Trey Johnson missing there. And Podziemski is fouled on that pass.
They will foul you too. They are one of the worst hacking teams in the league. But look at the screen there from Draymond Green. Alex Sarr had to leave his body and go around, and this is your split action. Watch the screen there, boom. And you can just cut around him, and two defenders just got stuck.
So Porzingis, little heat check after hitting his first couple. Missing the three there. Carrington racing it back the other way. Getting to the mid-range. And you see Sarr's length there, just batting it back. And now wanting the post up. Second pick in 2024, fade away. Draymond played him well, but good offense beats good defense.
He's getting better and better when it comes to his offensive game. He's more polished than when he came in the league. Over 16 a game. And they did compare him to Jaren Jackson when he first came out, hoping that he would develop kind of into that. He's got the pick and pop game. Now he's been working on his back-to-back game as Porzingis misses.
But Will Richard in the right place at the right time. Porzingis! It's a shooting gallery for Porzingis. He's got all 7 of his points with a couple from deep.
No one was even close to him. That's why I said offensive rebound. They struggle to make multiple efforts, especially after they give up the offensive rebound.
Everybody wants to shoot 3. Sarr from deep there. You're going to kind of dare him to do that. Podziemski off iron. Leaky Black with the rebound. Coulibaly was very aggressive in Washington, but we see Porzingis rim protection. That's been a nice revelation. Will Richard missing there, and Sarr with the rebound. Draymond knocked it off his leg, and the Warriors get an extra possession. Porzingis again. Okay, Porzingis has all 11.
Yeah, that was...
We haven't even played 3 minutes.
That was Podziemski kind of wheeling around him and then setting the screen for him, and then 2 guys got stuck with him again.
Flipping it up and out.
I mean, Podziemski's a great screener, but my goodness.
Trey Johnson couldn't get that to go. Positive Draymond executing and interchanging, and Podziemski, how did he make that one?
So Podziemski's been doing this, right? Some people talk about foul baiting or just kind of manipulating, like you see a Shea Gilgeous Alexander do. But anytime there's a chance for contact, you're seeing Podziemski react a little more. And it's kind of the gamesmanship. If you can do it, why not do it? That's what Coach Kerr keeps saying.
Off iron there. Podziemski, always a good rebounding guard, comes back for that. So nice beginning for the Warriors offensively. Odds attacking the shot blocker, and that time Sarr played him well.
And you don't want to overdo it with it. LJ just kind of veered back to his left.
Fake him out. Denied by Draymond out to Coulibaly. And right now, I like where the Warriors are defensively. Like, you want to keep casting away from deep? No problem. Podziemski getting in the lane, little floater, and batted it out to Draymond off the miss. How about that? Porzingis, I'm that hot. And then Will Richard bats it out. Third opportunity. Hodge for 3. And Washington, if they're not going to rebound, the Warriors, it'll be a shooting gallery.
It's 6-2 second chance points. It should be 8 or 9-2.
Oh, man. Alex Sarr talking about the greenest of green lights there. Non-pass, just dribble up and shoot a 3. Nice pass. Draymond to Will Richard.
He saw that play developing way before it happened there. And that last defender, and that's what everybody expects him to do, and he understands the assignment, and he does it every single night. So why would you get outside of it?
Johnson is normally known as a shooter, missing there. Koulibaly getting it back.
And when you're getting dunks and shots around the basket, you're going to make a lot.
And Trey Johnson there. That's why he was the 6th pick in the draft.
Oh, he shoots 37% from three-point range, but he also has mid-range, and he's showing that too.
The weave with Pat Spencer's first playing time. Shot clock at 10. Porzingis that time. Sar was there, so shot clock at 3. Back to Kristaps. Shot that from Piedmont. And GP2, is that a good tip or not?
I think it might be. Oh, man.
Don't want that.
He doesn't care, though. He's just playing. They made a miss.
Right there. The broadcasting jinx. We put a graphic up, and first shot goes away.
2 seconds later. But honestly, I know he doesn't care. He's just going to keep playing his game. He knows he's going to miss at some point. And that's a great attempt. He's going for the offensive rebound. He understood the scouting report. His team is 30th in defensive rebounding percentage. Let me see if I can get my first bucket on the glass. It didn't work out, but good idea.
Porzingis on the post up. They double him. Sets up Pat Spencer. An open corner 3. Go to Porzingis, and good things can happen.
And Alex Sarr couldn't help himself. He wasn't on Porzingis. He was on Pat Spencer in the corner. He's like, well, I should be down there helping. He's going to expose my teammate because he's so small. And then he threw it to his man.
That's where you see Kristaps' skill. He can pass over anyone, and he knows where he should pass. Koulibaly, shot clock at 7. Draymond, nice contest. And the rebound to GP2.
That's pretty good scouting report awareness there initially because he's 32% from three-point range.
Warriors have been sharper. That was the word Kalena used at the top of the telecast. What was that? Deflected pass.
He almost jixed him again.
I know, I'm going to stop that. That's Spencer, and you saw Sarr. He can change shots and did right there. Cool. He dropped his shoulder, and he'll get the foul that on it.
Great news.
So I'm going from good to great.
Yeah, one of the only Florida games that I like.
Well, you played against him in college, so
I did.
We couldn't find anyone else that was still around that we played against in college, so we grabbed Al. But no, Al Horford had his bobblehead the other night, and I'm willing to put a headset on and hang with us in the second quarter. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, same here. And the guy has so much wisdom, so much knowledge. Again, I'm looking forward to asking him about how he's embraced that leadership role. I mean, obviously, he's been there for a while. He's been doing this so long, but with a Quentin Post, with the younger guys, even a Yurt 7 who he's sitting next to right now. He's perfect. He's sitting right in between the two guys. He's probably helping mentor right
now. He also had that steely-eyed thing, where's Azubuike? I took care of him when he was at Kentucky.
He wants a piece of cake.
Let me at him. LJ Cryer sidestep 3. I was in early and down on the floor watching LJ warm up. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. You want to talk about a shooter.
He shoots it really easy, too. And he knows how to get open.
He keeps missing out of the corner.
And LJ Cryer, Draymond, it's not easy. It's tough. I never could master it, honestly. And it's something that these guys nowadays, it seems to come easier to them. But it's still something you have to work countless hours in the gym on. And I think, these guys are a little older to see it now, the way the 3 ball has gone up.
Yurt 7 finding GP2 and drawing the foul.
Now, in the second chance points, doing an all-around good job. That bench has come in, and they have been balling so far.
Like 10 guys in uniform. And so LJ Cryer and Draymond, D. Santos, GP2, Pat Spencer. Shot clock at 4. Out of bounds. That's the first one. The first turnover of the game.
And they did a great job for a whole quarter.
Now,
they didn't turn it over.
June 3rd, 1986, a phenomenal human being was born. One Al Horford puts a headset on, and welcome. And we reignite the Florida-Kentucky collegiate rivalry.
Yes, sir.
We didn't know anyone was still around that played against Kalena in college.
Man, I know, right? It's been a long time.
Right, we had
great times.
We had some good battles.
We did.
Right, there's some rock fights. We were talking about that not too long ago.
Absolutely.
Let's start 19 years in the league. What has changed the most in the NBA that you would see? If someone said, hey, from year 1 to now, what's so different?
This 5-out type of basketball. All 5 guys on the floor, being able to shoot the ball, shoot the 3, drive, kind of positionless basketball. That's been the biggest difference that I've seen.
One of my favorite things about your game, you talked about the 5-out, the ability to shoot. You were one of the original stretch bigs. But when the time is right, you've never forgotten about your post game. Like, you like going in the post and especially if you get a smaller guy, but even a guy your size, you got great post game, great back to the basket game. Was that a natural thing for you? Was it hard for you not to kind of go with the trend as guys are shooting more and more threes? Even guys that shoot way worse than you, still shooting a ton of threes. Was it tough for you to kind of stay away from that and shoot your threes that you want, but still be able to go inside? How natural was that for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it was the understanding of growth, the way the league was going and things that were happening. And even though that you want to resort a lot of the times to that, you got to step out of your comfort zone. So for me, it was to understand where the game was going, that I needed to be better. And that's why I was so driven to continue to work on my game and become a different type of player.
8 second chance points after Guy Santos taps that in and Draymond knocks it away. Be a scout and a teammate at the same time and tell Dub Nation about Kristaps Porzingis. You know, we'll do it after the timeout, but think about him as
with Quentin Post down there, even Yurt 7. What's that like for you, the leadership aspect?
I really enjoy it. I really like giving input to the young guys and seeing how I can help them in any way. A lot of the times, you know, they have to kind of figure things out on their own, but I always want to be there, you know, supporting them and giving them a different view of the way that I see the game.
You played against Steph Curry in a finals. You played against him for years, and then you have him as a teammate. What maybe has surprised you, Steph, as a teammate that you didn't know as an opponent?
For me, it's the way that he prepares. That's what impresses me the most about Steph. He really takes it to a whole nother level and how hard he works, you know, how committed he is to taking care of his body and his preparation. You know, it's understated.
They can play on any team. They can fit in anywhere. You're one of those guys, the high IQ, obviously wonderful with the Celtics. But the Warriors, the system isn't like super easy to pick up for most people as you get a good move from Riley, who we really like. But can you explain that, or how you've kind of moved around in your career? You fit in so well with everybody. What's it been like picking up different systems, and what was it like coming here with this Warrior system, talking with Coach Kerr and picking up the system as well as you haven't fit in so smoothly?
Yeah, no question. I mean, there's always a challenge, but you have to have an open mind when you come into these situations. And coming in here, a championship team like the Warriors and everything they've done for so many years, it's like you have to come in here and embrace all of that and also understand how you can fit in and how you can impact winning. And for me, I feel like it took me a little bit to kind of get it going, but once I figured it out, it's been really good. And that's one of the things that I look forward to, you know, hopefully us being back on the floor together, Steph and I, and seeing what we can do as a group.
Okay, the Wizards are kind of on a run here. They're feeling good right now. They have some momentum.
16-point lead is at 6. I'm going to ask you the question. You can deflect, but I got to ask it just out of pure selfishness. When do you make the decision to come back next year?
That's a really good question. Well, definitely after the season. I always tell people, like, I never try to make decisions in season. So I think once the season ends, you know, I'll sit there with my wife and talk about it. But I really enjoy, you know, what we have going here. And it's been unfortunate, obviously, all the injuries and everything that we've had to endure as a team. But it's something that, you know, that I have to, you know, really think about. But I enjoy playing with this group.
Speak to the fans here. 601 straight sellouts. Just had the big 600 last. And, you know, we did a season ticket over event where you could just tell these fans love you already. What about Dub Nation? You've been in this league 19 years. How special is this Warrior fan base?
It's just his body, how to get to his spots, and he's shooting the ball with a lot of confidence. He's making the right decisions out there time after time, so it's just really good to see him grow and come into his own.
Now, your dad played in the league. Obviously, Steph's dad played in the league. Gary's dad played in the league. Any Horford children that would be likely NBA players?
I mean,
I'm sure everybody's excited about just the opportunity to compete, just have a chance. So what's the team mentality like? What's the vibe in the locker room bit?
Yeah, I think right now for us is continuing to ride this out the right way, try to get playing as best as we can. That's all you can ask for this time of the year, and get healthy. You know, that's the goal, to be able to get all of us back on the floor. And then once we get to that opportunity, I feel like we will really embrace it. I think guys are ready for it, and we're excited about the possibility of going out there and competing and really putting it all out there.
I think June 3rd you turn 40. Playing next year as a 40-year-old. You just tell me how much a Kalena salary I have to move over to get you back. I'm going to haunt you this summer.
That level to play against all these top guys And it's one of those things that you're a competitor. You want to go out there and see what you have and help the team and being able to do something together. And that day was pretty special for us, being able to be undermanned and beat that Nuggets team.
Yeah, you've had some inspiring wins. You talk about that Nuggets game, the Houston Rockets game, that Suns game, I put in that category. Obviously, it's been a tough stretch with the injuries, Steph being out and others. But you've been a part of some of those games where it's been inspiring basketball, the competitive fires come out. What's it like playing in those games? Because, you know, you're in the NBA, you're having fun, it's still a game, but you want to go out there and get a chance to win, and you have that chance. And a lot of times you've come through. What's that been like for you?
It's been great because it forces all of us to step up a little more. We understand that we can't just be one person. We all have to kind of chip in and do more and compete. That's the biggest thing, and that's what I've enjoyed about our guys, that despite all the injuries and all the things, guys are not shutting it down. I believe so, and what Jimmy does and how he plays, you know, it's something that we'll look forward to, how he's able to control the game, how he's always making the right passes, the right plays at the right time. Anything the team needs, he's trying to do. And with a guy like KP out here, healthy, playing well, I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
But since we've been talking about Hall of Fame guys, legends, how's it been playing with Draymond? You guys have developed a nice rapport when you've been out there. Sometimes when you're behind him, he can feel a little more free, get out in the perimeter, guard certain guys, multiple positions. It's incredible to watch him, but you guys have developed a nice rapport when you've been out there with him.
No question. He's such a smart player. He understands the game. It's like having a coach out there when you're playing with him. You know, he's on top of everything. Offensively, he's sharp. On defense, he's helping us out. He understands everything. He makes the game easy. So it's been really fun.
Shot the ball. I love that. How good was that look right there?
OJ Pryor. He's already hit 3 threes.
Pryor with a little mid-range. DP2, air ball goes to the offense, but he couldn't quite get the angle to put that in. They have that double-digit lead at halftime. Gary knocks it away. It's a 2-on-1. Carrington the other one back. Lob it up. Dunk it down.
That up, but you control things.
And the appropriate fear is Washington can score, too. So if you start fooling around with the game, they can score. They put up 133 against Utah. They did get 60 in the first half. So Will Richard, Porzingis, Draymond with Pajemski and Guy Santos to start the second half. Shot clock down to 4. Potts in on the shot blocker, got him up in the air again, and this time draws the foul.
He was looking for it. Juju Reese, who's not in this game, played extremely well. And that one getting 26 and 17, but the Warriors have Porzingis out there, who we've just talked about, and he's got some size. Draymond's going to bring the physicality, and all the Warriors understand the assignment. Attack the paint. Get in there, break the paint. Do not be afraid of Alex Salt, who's a rim protector. Pajemski misses the second free throw.
Yeah, Brandon was perfect from the line the other night. 8 of 8. 3 of 4 tonight. So Leaky Black with Bilal Coulibaly, along with Bud Carrington, Trey Johnson, and Alex Salt to start the second half. Looking it up and in. But I tell you, we've seen Coulibaly do some things in the last couple meetings. He's an interesting player.
Yeah, he's still so young. He's shown some flashes as Will Richard misses. He's pretty explosive. He was kind of compared to Anunoby when he came out. He's not as thick as Anunoby is, but he's got some athleticism.
And that three looked pretty good. So Coulibaly, the leading scorer for Washington. He's got 16.
32% from three-point range isn't great, but I think that's going to get better.
Kristaps lasers in at 3. He's got 4 made threes tonight. You said it. He wanted that 3 ball to start feeling better. Okay, he's taking a few more, and they're all going in.
And I think Draymond Green had that same mindset as they missed another 3. Leaky Black there. Leaky Black actually shoots 48% from three-point range.
I know.
It's only been, I think, like 6 games or something, but a couple years ago, the 23-24 season, he shot 45% from three-point range in like 25 games. So, I mean, he was shooting it terrible in college, so he's really worked on it.
Porzingis, an open 3 again. Washington just lucky. Sometimes the Warrior ball movement, it was almost warm-up threes tonight. I don't think Pryor had one in the first half. That's a nice finish. Coulibaly over Porzingis there.
That's nice. He was drifting to his right there. Here's your split action.
Santos wheeling in the lane. He thought he got a little contact, but it wasn't called. Leaky Black taking it back. Washington, like I mentioned, they're a good three-point shooting team. And Coulibaly, if you're in the NBA and you start to find a rhythm, he's 4 of 8 on threes and has 21, and all of a sudden it's a 6-point game.
That basket starts looking wider. You can throw out that 32% from three-point range.
Kristaps missed that one off to the left.
So they have some more momentum here. We saw this in the second quarter while we were talking to Horford. Can you stiff arm him again?
Trey Johnson sizing up Keith Santos.
And they're used to playing from behind. This is a regular thing for them. They're just going to keep playing dumb hard.
Trey Johnson from deep. So now, Washington 3 after 3 after 3.
Been knocking down this 3-ball. And you got to get out there and make sure you can test guys, fly around, make multiple efforts defensively.
LJ Pryor missing the 3. So Porzingis missed a couple threes. LJ missed a 3. You don't need to get too perimeter on Washington. You've had good success going inside. Run Bud Carrington off the line and wheeling in the lane, and he's fouled.
And Carrington, Mark.
Well, you can feel the confidence for the Wizards in this quarter. 5 of 7 shooting, 3 of 4 on threes. Alex Sarr and Porzingis. That's just good defense. Be big, don't foul, smart. What do the Warriors get this trip down? It will not be a 3. Kristaps is fouled.
Yeah, not fouled. Do not swipe down. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah, you had showed earlier, Kay, that Alex Sarr, as the Warriors pick up another foul, is that Alex Sarr, he bought the pump fakes by Podziemski, right? And yet Porzingis didn't buy any of those pump fakes and stayed down. And so that's the difference with more maturity, more seasoning in the league.
Yeah, Porzingis, he's always been really good around the basket defensively.
Missing that 3. Porzingis almost tipped it in, but he did draw the foul.
And Porzingis is looking...
And that would really make Washington small. Draymond, good hand, saved the day there, but then threw it away.
And he was wanting Podziemski to kind of slide.
For the Dubs, they just got to find their sea legs here in the second half.
This is a team just trying to play spoiler, freewheeling it on you right now.
Now that's a nice move by Sarr. Porzingis played him well, but Alex Sarr was not doing that last year.
Yeah. And again, Porzingis moving his feet inside, defending without fouling, staying straight up.
Porzingis going to work on Sarr with those 5 fouls. As mentioned, not going to settle for that 3. That left back, but he got all the way to the rim, and Coulibaly running it right back. Draymond swiped down. He knocked it out of bounds.
They gave it to him clean. Yeah, out of bounds. Yeah, that is so well done. The strip block. Andre Iguodala perfected that one, and if he wasn't going to get that, GP2 was tracking it. He might have gotten him up high. The Warriors sprinted back, though. That's what it takes.
Johnson's got Porzingis on a switch. Sidestep 3 to Kristaps, good closeout. But the ricochet rebound, Bud Carrington's got a corner 3. Washington, as they're tied the game, they led 2-0 to begin the game. A 16-3 run featuring a ton of threes here.
All of a sudden, they're getting out of character and getting offensive rebounds. They're 22nd offensive rebounding percentage, but they're so energized right now. Anything can happen.
Draymond 3. So nobody's hitting the 3. Draymond said, give me that one. I'll drop it in.
That was timely. Needed that one.
He had the big 3 late against Brooklyn, too. Was Carrington missing? Draymond the rebound. Draymond Express pulling into the station, setting up LJ Pryor, waiting for Porzingis to lay it up and in.
Yeah, Draymond was directing traffic. He's like, go here. And Pryor got it, sees a big man running again. Anytime you see the big man running, early or late, you're trying to feed him.
We're seeing more and more of LJ Pryor's game. It's not just sit in the corner and shoot threes. He can do some things.
He's got great vision. He's a pretty good passer.
Okay, Coulibaly, I was going to say, if he kept hitting those threes, Kay, we're going to have a discussion. He's hitting that hot early.
Watch out. Oh, that was close.
Porzingis smartly established in the front court there. Sarr's got the 5 fouls. Keep going inside. GP2 lost the handle.
He had the right idea on Leaky Black.
It's on the breaks with the mid-range, and you said it's smooth. And he is a smooth operator with double figures now with 11.
Bro, his break pass worked. Pat Spencer found that out. Hard drive to the right. He stopped on the dime, went behind the back. Easy separation.
There's a foul on the pass. You almost wish they didn't call it because Keith Santos melting tonight. Keith Santos having that blocked. Anthony Gill got that. Sharif Cooper taking it back, and just enough defense from LJ Pryor, but now the outlet. Riley will put it up and in, and those, we have not seen a turnover like that until this point.
That's 7 turnovers for 10 points. You can't have the mental lapses now. They're right here. They're right on your heels. You have to lead by 1.
Potts wheeling in the lane and making up for it with a very tough basket.
So you're still going to the basket, working off those pick and rolls, but you're having to get creative. And Podziemski is that. Going tornado move last second there.
Sharif Cooper getting all the way to the rim.
And Stills, they only have 7 turnovers. Get active with your hands. More of these double teams. Any chance you get to double team at half court, do that or anywhere else.
Got a foul as Anthony Gill was rolling off the Will Riley pass.
Make tough shots.
Yeah, you're really only playing 8 guys because your 7 and Malachi Leones are not playing heavy minutes. Riley missing there, and GP2 the rebound. So, Pat Spencer with LJ Cryer, GP2 Draymond, and Guy Santos. Porzingis has played 20 minutes, so he's got about 6 or 7 for you in the fourth, you would think. And Guy inside, we got the foul, and then almost the N1, but 2 free throws coming.
They ran this exact same play last game where Guy Santos sets the back screen. The guy he sets the back screen on wants to switch onto him. He's on his back. There's the back screen there. And then the guy he set the back screen on, Leaky Black, is on him. And he's on his back. So now you have the lane to the basket, and he's making the adjustment once that next defender steps up. It's such a good play. And Guy Santos, you trust him anytime the ball gets inside to him and he's in the paint. He's got great footwork. He can figure his way in there to get a good shot off.
Been in double figures in 24 of the last 27 games. Missed that free throw. The Warriors shop item of the game. Take 20% off site-wide through tomorrow. All the new Dubs gear buckets 20. So just anything you want. Just go to Warriors.com, shop.warriors.com, and 20% off everything. And here's Kalena's credit card if you want to. Oh, sorry about that.
Easy.
I thought with all that cornbread money, you'd just be buying people jerseys and stuff like that.
I'm still a little cheap, but it sounds like a great deal to me.
Anthony Gill. Right now, Washington is playing with so much confidence. They come from 16 down to take the 3-point lead. Where do the Warriors go offensively here? That's Spencer on Riley, but that Spencer is at a night. He's got 11. Well, the Warriors have 6 players in double figure.
That's the patience you're looking for there. You have that defender on his side. You know, you take a beat, hesitation. Will Riley gets back in front of you, a little pump fake, but you just power up.
And Penny for 3. Okay. They may have Washington come back to earth a little bit, but we mentioned they are a good 3-point shooting team.
Well, one thing the Warriors have been offensively is decisive lately. We saw that back screen play for Guy Santos. We've seen pick and rolls. Whatever you're doing, do it decisively. Draymond misses a 3.
The Warriors got a little 3 happy in the third. Still shooting a decent percentage. 43%, 16 of 37 tonight.
And being decisive is a big part of taking care of the ball. Knowing that, yeah, this is all great experience.
Yeah, you start thinking of it, Steph Curry and an Al Horford and Anthony Melton. I mean, you can make your roster look very different, look very quickly. Shot clock at 3. Riley's got to make something out of nothing. And then the big rebound. Draymond, give me that outlet pass. GP2, like a good receiver, came back for the ball.
Yeah. Saved Draymond from getting an interception on his name.
That Spencer has a good defender of an Anthony Gill, but that's a silly foul by Riley.
Cover a little easier at the basket, and Draymond kind of did that. Somehow, Gill just kept his verticality. That's a good no call.
Yeah, there was no foul there. Riley. Now Draymond.
So you haven't used your challenge yet.
Yeah, this is interesting. Did he go straight up?
He's looking at Jacob Rubin.
And this is what we call the high-five contest.
Jacob Rubin is frantically looking at that iPad back
right there.
That's the high-five contest.
That is the high-five contest.
How did he 6'10" that can get to his spots as easily as he does? And that's high praise, and we've seen it here. He's got flashes of great playmaking ability, too. 3-level score. We said that last time. He's only going to get better.
Yeah, I mean, Herb Sendek, Santa Clara's coach, is here. Sitting next to super agent Bill Duffy, just down the row from Joe Lacob. There's Santa Clara. There's Bill Duffy, who's in the black, who's Brandon Podziemski's agent.
Should I go apologize to him? The Kentucky beat him up.
Draymond and GP2, beautifully done.
They probably deserve to win against us, but we still
Kentucky beat up Santa Clara. You won an overtime on a banked-in 3 that sent it to overtime.
Listen, we won the game. A W's a W's a W.
Winners write the history.
That's it.
You're right.
That's how I'm riding it.
That fastball goes right to Bill Duffy and Herb Sendek. How about that?
Herb Sendek had his hands up. He was ready. He was prepped and ready.
Everybody get your hands up. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Good reaction time.
That's Spencer driving Champagny, wheeling in the lane, and he's fouled.
So I love what Draymond Green did there because he's really intentional about making sure he doesn't turn over. GP2 cut in there, and usually Draymond.
So even at 99, we got an 8-minute, 50-second ball game. Washington has climbed back into this. Riley, we talked about him, all the different levels he can score at. The 21st pick. Last year's draft, Utah had him. Shot clock at 13. Pajemski missing that three. Here comes Will Riley again. He's got 17. We liked him in Washington. Jaden Hardy gonna step back three. Why not? Everybody else is making him.
Yeah, he's coming off a big-time game, too. He had 19 or 21 points, I believe, against the Jazz.
He was with Dallas, came over with Anthony Davis.
Off the bench.
Porzingis three, and he got it. So Kristaps with 20 and 30 against Washington in the first meeting, 20 so far tonight. And back to a two-point game. Hardy again gets Porzingis on a switch, wants it back. He just made 1 3, but a little bit further out. And that is a dangerous pass. Those are the ones you don't want to attempt in a two-point game. Washington running back Champagny, reversing it up and in. And Steve Kerr going to use a timeout right away.
They're energized. They're coming off of a win finally. They're trying to go 2 in a row.
So Porzingis in now.
This is not something they've done often this season.
Kristaps going to set that screen. Pajemski coming to catch it on the run. Thought about giving it back to the big man. GP2 corner three. Rim it out. Rebound loose. Will Richard coming up with it. Not yet. And here comes Washington breaking out of the pack. Champagny lob. And Hardy couldn't get it home. Now the Warriors have numbers on the counterattack. GP2 soaring.
Yeah, that defender didn't have him square. Instead of throwing it up to Porzingis and trying to make a tough pass and maybe turn it over, as Will Hardy comes back and knocks down a three right away.
So Jaden Hardy has hit a couple in a row here.
They could turn it back on you quick. They're one of the faster-paced teams in the league, so that means they're not just getting out in fast break. They're shooting it quick before you can blink sometimes.
Pajemski, shot clock at 5, nowhere to go. He fouled, and he's going to the line.
Yeah, Champagny, anybody in clutch games. They're 30th in the league in clutch games, 12 and 12 there. They almost turned it over.
That ricocheted right to Gill for the layup. So what should have been a steal, but sometimes the bounce of the ball works your way. The Wizards back up 5. GP2, tic-tac-toe. Hey, Santos pump fake still working.
And the Warriors, they do have more experience out there than the Wizards do. You want to use that experience, you get it like there too.
Gill for 3. Gui Santos with the rebound. Gui Santos attacking, Hardy being physical. Gui reversing it up and in and drawing the foul.
And then be decisive offensively once you get it back. The Warriors may try to double team here and see if they can get a deflection, force a turnover, but yeah, you need to stop. It looks like they're probably going to go some type of pick and roll.
Yeah, they're letting Will Riley get involved in a lot. Kicking it back out to Leaky Black. Shot clock at 7. Porzingis came back to bother him. That second effort made him miss that shot.
Yeah, you'd love to play through Porzingis. Everybody else stay aggressive, but don't turn it over trying to force it back to him.
There you go.
As he's released the ball.
Draymond. There's Porzingis. And a good solid throw in Anthony Gill. Shot clock at 6. He can shoot over him. Kristaps Porzingis has 24.
He is so skilled. Small defender, he shoots over you so easily.
11 of the last 13 going the Dubs' way.
It's got to be discouraging as a defender.
Bradley had Pajemski behind him. And then the elbow jumper. Will Riley's good, man. I tell you. I mean, this kid is 27 on February 7th. We saw him in D.C. I just like a lot of things about his game.
He made a little adjustment because he had gone at Porzingis before, and it was tough for him to get a shot up. A little more of a step back there to get separation.
Gui Santos getting to the line one more time.
He hit him with
too. You love seeing wonderful things happen to great people. He's always got a smile on his face. One of the best, probably the best dancer on the team. I'll give him that as well.
Well, the 21-7 run, credit Dub Nation, and the 601st consecutive sellout. As Pajewski steals it, makes it all academic. Going to head to GP2, you don't want to add on to it. You already have the win. The 21st home win. Win number 36. They've won 3 in a row. They all seem to be clutch games. They all stop your heart at some